My name is Matt Aalto. I'm a battalion chief and training officer. Also do recruitment and retention for Estacada Fire District. I've been in the fire service for a little over 15 years, and I've been at Estacada Fire now for just under a year. So in recruitment, one of the most exciting things is actually when we are able to recruit, and that is an exciting time for us when we're able to bring new members into our family, provide a training opportunity, and then make them the newest providers for this community. But not everyone makes it. We are selective, and we have to be. We care about who we bring into the organization. We want to make sure they're a good fit. We want to make sure that their families understand the commitment they're prepared to take, and we want to make sure that we can provide them the type of care they need to become as successful as they want. And so there's a big commitment, it's a big ask, and in turn, it's a job that, where else can you do something that we do? This is unique, and that's why it's not for everybody, but for those that have the privilege and ability to do it, it's not like anything else. We have a group that is so passionate about what they do that they live, breathe, think, train, work this occupation. And I think that's what's special about it is everyone has their own reason for being a part of the fire department. And we're tremendously fortunate they chose to be a part of the Estacada Fire Department. And it's a privilege for us to serve with each and every one of our members. Our people are what make our organization tremendous. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. You know, in the fire service, there's some really wonderful things we get to see and do, and there's also some very difficult things that we get to see and do. And you know, the lens that we look through is different than others, and so we're protective of it, and we're protective of it for a reason. And it's not to be standoffish. It just shows you what a sense of culture and family means to an organization that depends on each other and relies on each other in the most difficult times. When someone calls 911 and we arrive on scene, we can't call 912. We are there to figure out the problem, and that's our job. Firefighting is probably one of the greatest asks you can have, that you can put out there in the community, because it's not short term. It's hundreds of hours of training. It's typically about a year before a firefighter really is on their first fire call doing the job, because the training is so intense, requires so much work. And firefighting isn't just firefighting anymore. It's firefighting, it's EMS, it's water rescue, it's high angle rescue. There's so many facets to firefighting that it's just become this all-encompassing emergency service provider. And not a lot of folks know that. And that's the big step, is trying to understand, if they want to make a commitment, what's that commitment look like? How much time is it going to take? And is it for them? And so asking those questions is really critical, because it's not a short-term pledge. It's a long-term pledge. It's unique. It's hard work. It's not always pretty. It's not always fun, but it is always rewarding. And I think that is what the draw is. That is the attraction to the fire service. We have a lot of folks that come to us that are younger that may have had a similar feeling when they're in team sports. Team sports provides that sort of trial by fire, right? They've gone through something difficult. They've gone through a challenge. They've had to perform, and they had to perform under pressure. And there's an addictive quality to that, and the fire service has that as well. People join the fire service for those reasons, but they stay because of the members of the fire department. So if anyone's interested in becoming a firefighter, the best thing to do is to do the research. Try to understand what the ask is. That's a real critical point, and see how it fits into your life. To learn more about volunteering or becoming a member of the Estacada Fire District, you want to visit estacadafire.org, and there'll be information there. Now, it's going to give you some information, but remember, the time, the ask, the training, there is a lot that's going to be involved in the back end. So I ask people to make sure they do the research, talk to your family, get a good understanding of the commitment, and then reach out. And then let's have a conversation. Now, let's see if it's a good fit for you. And if so, we'd love to talk with you. Yeah, the big part for people is that a lot of organizations start with an application online. We start with an interest card online. The interest card triggers us to be able to contact, say hi, do an introduction, invite them in for a station tour, have a chance to meet some of our folks, take a look at the engines, ask the questions that they want, bring in the family to ask their questions as well, and then taking a look at what the schedule looks like. When is the upcoming academy? How long will that take? What are those requirements and conditions? What does it look like a year from now? And if all of those things line up, then we might be a great fit. And if they don't line up, that's okay as well. There's a lot of different ways you can give back to our community, and the fire department is only one of them. You know, a lot of times a lot of folks ask what they can do to help support the fire district. And there's a lot of ways you can do it, but one of the greatest things you can do is be involved as well. If there's an open house, please come down and see us. If there's a special event like the 4th of July celebration, please come down, celebrate with us, spend time with us, talk to our folks, check out our trucks. That's a great way of acknowledging the work that our folks put into it. And our folks love to have an opportunity to speak to our community, because a lot of times the only chance we have are during the bad days, the bad calls. And so when we're able to see folks on a regular day and just be able to celebrate something with them, that really is what's special and what drives us. So we love the interaction. Please come and say hi. That would be really a treat for any of our folks.
Estacada Fire District. Desire to serve, courage to act.